and welcome to our webinar on quality and the future of the programme. Well, why are we hosting this event? Well, QQI has been reflecting on the 10 years of our existence and what has transpired over that period in higher education. Since our establishment, the Institutes of Technology have received increased authority over their programmes, with all of the Institutes of Technology receiving delegated authority up to level 9, including for research degrees. Of course, in the past while, a greater transformation has taken place, with now 12 of the former Institutes of Technology forming into 5 technological universities, with full awarding powers up to level 10 doctoral awards. In QQI's new strategy statement covering the year 2022 to 24, we've committed to facilitating increased autonomy and flexibility for mature providers by enabling them to pursue delegated authority to make their own awards. All of these developments mean that QQI's oversight of quality is moving to the level of the institution, whereas it has always been for the university sector, but away from oversight of the programme. Over this time, we've also seen emerging trends, such as the development of shorter, certified units of learning termed micro-credentials, many of which have been unbundled from major awards. One of the most important elements of quality assurance is the provision of information in a transparent manner. QQI's external quality assurance outputs will increasingly provide this at the level of the institution and through our synoptic analysis at the level of the sector or subsectors. But it's important to think of the learner in all of this. In Ireland, unlike, say, in the United States, the learner chooses initially to study a specific programme. The entry point from school to higher education involves selecting a series of programmes at institutions, not the institution itself. The institution where a learner chooses to study is important to them, but for many students, the choice is about which institution suits them best to study the discipline of their choice. What information is available for the student about the quality of the programme they choose to study? Well, the theme for our seminar today is about the programme and how that programme is quality assured. The idea for our seminar came from an analysis that QQI has performed over the past few years on how institutions initially approve and monitor and review their programmes. What we found was a diversity of approaches, largely stemming from the legislative origins of the quality assurance modalities for the different sectors. For the private sector, QQI's validation is of the programme. This was also the case with the Institutes of Technology before they received delegated authority, and the periodic system adopted by them after that was largely programmatic review. In the university sector, the focus of review has tended to be the academic school or department, including its programmes, as was set out originally in Section 35 of the Universities Act 1997. Of course, in addition to the oversight of quality by the awarding bodies themselves, the professional, statutory and regulatory bodies, PSRBs, guard entry to their professions through accreditation of the study programme, not of the institutions. Over time, the process of academic validation by bodies like QQI and programmatic accreditation by PSRBs have, in my opinion, become more similar, with increasing availability of accreditation reports containing not just binary yes-no accreditation decisions, but commendations and recommendations for improvement. What do we hope to see as part of today's event? Well, to discuss these matters today, we've assembled a range of speakers. Colleagues will present QQI's analysis of the reports we commissioned on the variety of mechanisms used to validate and monitor programmes in the different sectors. We will have contributions from the university and technological university sectors, and from the university that offers largely professionally accredited programmes. We will also have contributions from PSRBs and how their approach to programme accreditation is developing. And we will also have a contribution from an international expert on the challenges to the programme presented by academic integrity issues. We hope the contributions will represent all of the factors and themes underpinning successful programme delivery and student success. And all of these need to live within the quality assurance infrastructure within institutions in a way that ensures QA is supportive, promotes innovative approaches to design, development and assessment, and is flexible and moving with the times. But above all else, that it supports student success and a real learning experience. What do we want from the day? We hope this event will re-energise and refresh the QA of programmes and provoke innovative thinking around the design and delivery of programmes. We recognise that there is a healthy diversity of practice around the quality assurance of programmes. Whatever processes institutions use to satisfy themselves of the quality of a given programme, clarity of reporting and transparency are key for effective quality assurance. They are important for internal and external accountability and potentially for providing information to prospective students. It is especially important that each programme leading to a qualification on the National Framework of Qualification articulates intended learning outcomes that must be achieved. In due course, we would like to see these available in some form on the Irish Register of Qualifications. Now I would like to pass over to my colleague, Dr Peter Cullen, who will speak about QQI's thematic analysis of accreditation and validation reports.
Thanks very much, Padraig. Briefly, we conducted 4 thematic analyses looking at what could be gleaned from reports produced by programme approval and review processes over the period 2015 to 2018. One report dealt with the programme approval and review processes managed by QQI. Another dealt with the processes managed by the universities as they were at the time pre-2019. A third dealt with the processes of the Institutes of Technology. And finally, we had a report on the accreditation processes used by the professional recognition bodies. These documents have all been shared with stakeholders. In some cases, we've had events with stakeholders exploring the contents of these documents. They're published now, they're available on our website. I'd encourage you to have a look at them. I won't go into the detailed findings at this stage. I think it's probably more interesting to move on with the program for today's event. But I would encourage you to read, to review the documents and read them for yourselves. There's a lot of interesting findings in them. Thanks.